Hi, hello, welcome to Vision for Developed India channel. Sorry for the delay. Actually, I started this channel from last 8 months back because of love and responsibility towards the nation, and I want to fight something for better India. That is the reason I started this channel. But in that process, I felt disappointed, and I think that which is beyond my level. So that is the reason why I am not came in front of you. Anyhow, now I came in front of you because of if a few students asked me, sir, at least you do something, videos, some videos at least for at least in chemistry, so that it is useful to us. Like that, they requested me, and actually, right now, my students are in second year intermediate or second PU. So as per the request of that students, I am going to start electrochemistry. Anyhow, this time I promise you definitely till completion of a whole syllabus first year and second year. I didn't stop these videos. Definitely I will try my level best. Anyhow, electrochemistry is the branch of science which mainly deals with three topics. One is electrolytic cell, another one is electrochemical cell, and then some batteries, commercial batteries. Before going to this topic, let us see. Previously, you know that atomic numbers, atomic weights, I learned you in my first and second videos. You know that hydrogen 1 1, 1 means atomic number, again 1 means mass number, helium 2 4, lithium 3 7. Don't I mean, why you don't think that why sir is always saying that atomic number, atomic weight? Don't think like that. This is the basic for every topic. So hydrogen 1 1, helium 2 4, lithium 3 7. Like that, you keep on continuously moving. Sodium 1123, sodium 1123, sodium 1123. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and mass number is 23. So anyhow, first before going to the lesson, now we try to understand what is the difference between 23 AMU of sodium and 23 gram of sodium. You know, sodium atomic weight is 23. Now the question is, what is the difference between 23 AMU of sodium and 23 gram of sodium? 23 AMU of sodium means one sodium atom. You know very well that atoms we can't see with our naked eye. So 23 AMU of sodium means one sodium atom. 23 gram of sodium means 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium atoms. You try to understand the difference. 23 AMU of sodium means one sodium atom. 23 gram of sodium means 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium atoms. So if the weights expressed in grams, then it is called gram atomic weight or gram atom. In that gram atomic weight, how many atoms there? Avogadro number of atoms. So the mass of a substance which contains Avogadro number of atoms is called gram atomic weight. Also, you say that mole. So 1 mole sodium. 1 mole sodium. 1 mole sodium. You observe here 1 mole sodium. 1 mole sodium means 23 gram sodium. Now, before going to that lesson, you just understand here. Suppose when one sodium ions, one Na plus ion, suppose if you want to convert one Na plus ion into one sodium atom, how many electrons has to be gained? One electron. How many electrons has to be gained? One electron. One sodium atom, if it gains one electron, then one sodium atom is formed. Suppose here you take, suppose Avogadro number of sodium atoms means 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium ions. Avogadro number of sodium ions. If gains Avogadro number of electrons, then 23 gram of sodium is formed. Then 23 gram of sodium. Try to understand here. Suppose one Na plus ion gains one electron, then one sodium atom is formed. If Avogadro number of sodium ions gains Avogadro number of electrons, then 23 gram of sodium is formed, which is also called as a mole or gram atomic weight. So first, if you have an idea about this, based on that you can do objective, anything, either CET, NEET, JEE mains, advanced, anything. First thing, you should have an idea about 23 AMU of sodium and 23 gram of sodium. 23 AMU of sodium means one sodium atom. 23 gram sodium means Avogadro number of sodium atoms. In the electrochemistry, the first topic is electrolysis and electrolysis of various types of electrolytes. So based on electrolysis, you will get some objective questions or otherwise some electrolytic cell. Okay, before going to this, now just 2-3 minutes you observe that concept, so that what kind of bits they will ask in that objective you can understood now. First of all, electrolysis. Now what is electrolysis? Consider here, you observe this one. Consider a beaker. Now in this beaker, what I am going to take? Molten NaCl or liquid NaCl or fused NaCl. All will give same meaning. Consider a beaker containing molten NaCl or fused NaCl or liquid NaCl. Now in this beaker, I am going to dip two platinum rods. These two platinum rods are inert. Inert means they does not react with any other chemical. So platinum rods. Now these two platinum rods are going to be connected to a battery with the help of copper wire. Battery means which is a source to produce source of electricity. So in physics you learn that in battery there is two terminals. One is positive terminal, another one is negative terminal. How you identify which is positive terminal and which is negative terminal? On paper, the big line indicates a positive terminal and small line indicates a negative terminal. So the wire connected to the positive terminal, this one, this wire, the positive terminal wire is going to connect it to this rod, so it get positive charge, and the negative terminal wire is going to connect it to this rod, so it get negative charge. So the positively charged rod, here it is a negatively charged rod. Now because of this arrangement, because of the connecting copper wires to the battery, then what happen? Electricity is passed into this molten NaCl. Electricity is passed into molten NaCl, liquid NaCl. Because of electricity enter into this electrolyte, the NaCl completely split up into ions. What are that? Na plus and Cl minus ions. Na plus and Cl minus ions. Now you observe here, this is a positively charged rod and this is a negatively charged rod. Because of electricity, NaCl split up into Na plus and Cl minus. This is called ionization. The process of splitting of an electrolyte into ions is called ionization. Now Cl minus being negative, it will migrate towards positive. Cl minus being negative, it will migrate towards positive. So being negative, it migrates towards positive. So here you observe now at anode, negative it migrates positive. At anode it undergoes oxidation. Can't say like that. Cl minus migrates towards this positively charged rod. There it loses electrons. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. Where oxidation takes place, that is called anode. Where oxidation takes place, that is called anode. Generally, to understand you easily, we'll say that the rod which is having positive charge, the positively charged rod is called anode and negatively charged rod is called cathode. Like that, will teach you. But uh, in certain areas, whenever you in this lesson you move on, you will get some confusion about cathode and anode. That's why what I am saying, you just better keep it in mind. Where oxidation takes place, that is called anode. Where oxidation takes place, that is called anode. What is oxidation? Loss of electrons. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. Where reduction takes place, that is called cathode. What is reduction? Gain of electrons is called reduction. Loss of electrons is called oxidation. So actually, first you have to learn electrolysis. Now what is electrolysis? Here you observe, this is a beaker containing molten NaCl. Through this electricity is passed. First of all, this molten NaCl is called an electrolyte. What is electrolyte? What is electrolyte? If the substance which allows electricity to pass through it is called an electrolyte. The substance which allows electricity to pass through it is called an electrolyte. Now electrolysis, the process of decomposition of an electrolyte into ions and followed by oxidation and reduction at their respective electrodes is called electrolysis. Once again, the process of decomposition of an electrolyte into ions followed by oxidation and reduction at their respective electrodes is called electrolysis. At their respective electrodes. What are electrodes? Anode and cathode combinedly called as electrodes. See that anode and cathode combinedly called as electrodes. So first thing, molten NaCl on electrolysis. Chlorine liberated at anode. Chlorine liberated at anode and sodium deposited at cathode. Sodium deposited, Na plus ions from this electrolyte migrates here. There they gains electrons and sodium stick to this cathode, stick the solid. Being sodium being solid, use the word deposited. Chlorine being a gas, use the word liberated. Now come to the point. When molten NaCl on electrolysis, sodium deposited at cathode and chlorine liberated at anode. See, actually, what you have to learn in JEE mains aspect or in NEET aspect, that let us see. This is the electrolysis of molten NaCl. Now here electricity is passed into this one. Electricity is nothing but flow of electrons. Suppose if you take one electron, what is the charge of electron? 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Now what kind of questions you have to learn to succeed in that NEET and JEE? One electron charge. First of all, one electron charge, 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. See, if you take that weight expressed in grams and kilograms. Grams and kilograms are the units for weight. Gram is easiest unit, kilogram is SI unit. Just like that, the charge expressed in coulombs is the SI unit. Charge expressed in coulombs is SI unit. Charge expressed in coulombs is the SI unit. and electrostatic unit is the CGS unit. Anyhow, the topic is what the charge on electron is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Suppose charge on 2 electrons, 2 into 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. 10 electrons means 10 into 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Suppose the charge on 1 mole electrons, the charge on 1 mole electrons is 1 mole means 6.023 into charge on 1 mole electron 6.023 into 10 power 23 into 1.602 into 10 power minus 19. This is equal to the charge present on 1 mole electrons. You multiply this one 6.023 into 10 power 23. The charge on 1 mole electrons. 1 mole means 6.023 into 10 power 23. The charge of 1 electron, this one. Multiplying this, how much you will get? 96,500 coulombs. See, this 96,500 coulombs is also called as 1 Faraday. 96,500 coulombs is also called as 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday. Now, you have to understand what kind of questions will come on this electrolysis topic. So here electricity is passed. Electricity is passing into this molten NaCl. Electricity is passing into this molten NaCl. Now you observe here. Now only we discussed that. You observed here. When electricity is passed into this electrolyte, chlorine liberated at anode and sodium deposited at cathode. Sodium deposited at cathode. Okay. Now, suppose here when electricity is passed, sodium deposited. Suppose 23 gram sodium deposited. The question is, for the deposition of 23 gram of sodium, how much electricity has to be passed through the molten NaCl? The question once again, so that it improves your thinking ability. For the deposition of 23 gram of sodium, how much electricity has to be passed through the molten NaCl for the deposition of 23 gram of sodium? Now only I discussed. Here I discussed Na plus electron gives rise to Na, 23 AMU. 23, for the formation of 23 AMU of sodium, one sodium ion has to gain 1 electron. For the formation of 23 gram sodium, 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium ions has to gain 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons has to gain, then 23 gram sodium is formed. Then 23 gram sodium is formed. For the deposition of 23 gram sodium, Avogadro number of sodium ions has to gain Avogadro number of electrons. Then only 23 gram sodium is formed. See, Avogadro number of electrons charge is how much? 96,500 coulombs. That means 1 Faraday. So for the deposition of 23 gram of sodium, how much electricity has to be passed through the molten NaCl? Yes. How much? 96,500 coulombs or 1 Faraday. 96,500 coulombs or 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday. 96,500 coulombs or 1 Faraday. So this kind of questions will come in the exam. So for the deposition of 23 gram of sodium. 23 gram sodium means 1 mole sodium. When 1 mole sodium ions gains 1 mole electrons, then 1 mole sodium is formed. Now you observe, in the electrolysis process, we are going to send electricity into the electrolyte from a source. That means the electricity at anode and cathode is same. Same source connected to both. So electricity either cathode or anode is same. That means electricity is nothing but electrons. That means the number of electrons gained at cathode is equal to the number of electrons lost at anode. Like that you have to write equations. Number of electrons gained at cathode is equal to number of electrons lost at anode. Like that you have to write equations. Suppose, now some questions. Suppose 23 gram, for the deposition of 23 gram sodium, how much electricity you have to pass? 1 Faraday. 46 gram sodium. 46 gram sodium means 2 moles. 2 mole sodium or 2 gram atoms. That mole concept I didn't discuss now. Mole concept, if you have an idea, then only you can understood. 46 gram sodium means 2 mole sodiums. 2 mole sodium means 2 Na plus. So 2 Na plus electron like this. Generally in the books itself, if you write like this, based on question you have to understand. Suppose if it is 2 mole, then here 2 mole ions. Here 2 mole Na plus ions, here 2 mole electrons. For the deposition of 46 gram sodium, for the deposition of 46 gram sodium, 2 Faraday's electricity or 2 into 96,500 coulombs electricity has to be passed through molten NaCl. Like that you have to understand. So when 1 Faraday electricity is passed, how much deposited? 23 gram sodium. When 2 Faraday's electricity is passed, 2 into 23 gram, that is equal to 46 gram. When 3 Faradays passed, that means if the amount of electricity passed through the electrolyte is more, then the mass of the substance deposited at cathode is also more. See, try to understand. When 1 Faraday of electricity is passed, 23 gram sodium deposited. 2 Faradays passed, 2 into 23. If more electricity is passed, more amount deposited. That means the mass of the substance deposited at the cathode, at the electrodes. Here deposited, here liberated. The mass of the substance deposited or liberated at the electrodes is more if more electricity is passed. That means directly proportional. The mass of the substance deposited or liberated at the electrodes is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte during the electrolysis. So based on this you understood that. Before us, this observed by the scientist Faraday. So he observed that when more electricity is passed, more amount deposited. That's why it is called Faraday law, Faraday first law. Okay, what is Faraday first law? That we'll discuss later. First, let us go through somewhat in detail about this electrolysis. Later we'll go ahead. Suppose, you know very well, 1A group elements charge +1, 2A group elements charge is +2. Suppose magnesium, if you take Mg +2. 7th A group elements -1. Magnesium, if you take MgCl2. This is called molten MgCl2. Magnesium chloride, if you take, magnesium is having +2 and chlorine is having -1. Suppose if you take MgCl2, when molten MgCl2, when through the molten MgCl2 if electricity is passed, so it can split up into Mg +2 and 2Cl minus. Mg +2 and 2Cl minus. Suppose MgCl2 being positive. To understand you easily, positive goes to negative, negative goes to positive. That is the what is that secret of nature. See, positive likes negative, negative likes positive. That is the secret of nature. Like that God designed positive, negative. See that of course nowadays positive means what do you say that okay, unnecessary. Positive means boys, girls means negative. When I am studying in intermediate, my teachers, my lecturers will say like that. Positive means uh, boys, negative means girls. So boys like girls, like that they say. Okay, leave it, no need. Positive, being positive, it migrates to negative, means cathode. So Mg plus 2, Mg plus 2 electrons gives rise to Mg. Now you observe here, 1 mole magnesium. For the deposition of 1 mole of magnesium, how many moles of electrons has to be gained by magnesium ions? For the deposition of 1 mole of magnesium, how many electrons has to be gained by magnesium ions? 2 mole electrons. 1 mole magnesium means magnesium 24 gram. For the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, 2 mole electrons has to be gained. 24 gram magnesium is different. 24 AMU of magnesium is different. 24 AMU of magnesium means 1 magnesium atom. 24 gram of magnesium means Avogadro number of magnesium atoms. So Avogadro number of magnesium. Suppose to get 1 magnesium atom, from 1 magnesium ion, 2 electrons has to be gained. To get 24 gram magnesium, 2 moles electrons has to be gained. 2 moles electrons means 2 moles electrons has to be positive. See, first you understand here battery. Here battery is this one. From this negative terminal, electrons will move like this. From this negative terminal, electrons will move like this. This is the direction of electron. Electron direction, in physics you learn that current and electron flow is opposite direction. Current will move like this. Power current will move like this. Anyhow, when electrons, so 2 mole electrons required. 2 mole electrons means how many Faradays? 2 Faradays. Now question is for the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium. For the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, how much electricity has to be passed through molten magnesium chloride? So for the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, see, MgCl2 gives rise to Mg plus 2 plus 2Cl minus. So Mg plus 2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to Mg. You understand here, for one magnesium atom, 2 electrons has to be gained. For 24 gram magnesium deposited means here Avogadro number of magnesium ions has to be gained. Avogadro number, see that 2 moles of electrons. For the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, this kind of questions you will get in that objective. For the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, 2 Faradays of electricity has to be passed. 2 Faradays of electricity has to be passed. For the deposition of 24 gram of magnesium, 2 Faradays of electricity has to be passed. Once again, you try to understand. First of all, Sodium ion plus electron gives rise to sodium. You know mass 23 AMU. 23 AMU means one sodium atom. One sodium atom. One sodium atom. Suppose 23 gram sodium means 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium atoms. Okay, so 23 sodium atoms. 23 gram sodium means 6.023 into 10 power 23 sodium atoms. So for the deposition of 23 gram of sodium, so if 1 mole sodium ions gains 1 mole electrons, 1 mole sodium ions, if it gains 1 mole electrons, 1 mole sodium ions gains if 1 mole electrons, then 1 mole sodium is formed. 1 mole sodium is formed. 1 mole electrons means 1 mole electrons charge means 96,500 coulombs or otherwise 1 Faraday. So for the deposition of 1 mole sodium, 1 Faraday of electricity is required. Now the question is for the deposition of 24 gram magnesium. For the deposition of 24 gram magnesium. 24 gram magnesium. 24 gram magnesium means magnesium atomic number 12, mass number 24. So 24 means one, see that one. Magnesium charge is plus 2 electrons gives rise to Mg. 24 AMU magnesium requires 2 electrons. 24 gram magnesium requires 2 more electrons. 2 mole means 2 Faradays. This is equal to 2 into 96,500 coulombs. 2 into 96,500 coulombs. So 2 mole, 2 Faraday. So for the now the question is how, what kind of questions will come in the exam? If find the mass of magnesium. Find the mass of magnesium deposited. Find the mass of magnesium deposited when 965. The question I am writing. Find the mass of magnesium deposited when 1 Faraday of electricity, when 1 Faraday of electricity passed through molten MgCl2. Find the mass of magnesium deposited when 1 Faraday of electricity passed through molten MgCl2. So how can it split up? What is the ionization reaction? Mg plus 2 Cl minus. Now Mg plus 2 plus this is, so 2 Faradays, 1 mole magnesium. 1 mole magnesium means 24 grams. 2 Faradays means 2 into 96,500 coulombs. 2 into 96,500 coulombs. So 2 Faradays, 24 gram deposited. What I am asking, find the mass of magnesium deposited when 1 Faraday of electricity is passed. So 2 Faradays, 24 grams. Therefore 1 Faraday X cross multiplication X equal to 12 grams. Cross multiplication X equal to 12 grams. First of all, electrochemistry is a branch of science mainly deals with 2 types of cells. You left that. First you learn these 2 things. Electrochemistry is the branch of science which mainly deals with two types of cells: electrolytic cells, electrochemical cells. First of all, what is electrolytic cell? What is electrolytic cell? You observe here. Now, what you learn, this is a beaker containing platinum rods. These are connected to the battery. In this, what is there? Molten NaCl. When electricity is passed, what happened? NaCl split up into Na plus Cl minus. So when electricity is passed, first positive ion, cation, anion, now at anode towards positive, which will migrate to negative, Cl2 plus electron to balance of Cl2. Now chemical reaction. Here what we are going to do, electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell, this is an electrolyte NaCl which allows electricity to pass through. It is called electrolyte. In the battery, when connected here, see, this kind of questions also will come. This is external circuit. The two rods connected, this is external circuit. In external circuit, cathode, anode. In external circuit, electrons enter into cathode. Means electrons coming like this. In external circuit, first what we have to think that electrochemistry is a branch of science which deals mainly with two types of cells. One is electrolytic cell, another one is electrochemical cell. First, electrolytic cell. This is the electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, one beaker containing two electrodes. Here what happened? Electricity is enter into this one, then chemical reactions takes place, anode and cathode reaction, chemical reaction. Electricity is consuming, chemical reactions takes place, chemical energy is produced. When a chemical reaction takes place, you know very well that when chemical reaction takes place, automatically energy produced. So electrical energy converted into chemical energy. Electrical energy converted into chemical energy. Electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, electrical energy converted into chemical energy. Electrical energy converted into chemical energy. Okay. So, electrolytic cells means definition: the cells which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. The cells which converts electrical energy into chemical energy are called electrolytic cells. In electrolytic cells, actually, to understand about this electrolysis, right now we just done only molten NaCl. Only molten NaCl we done. On this electrolysis topic, we are going to discuss so many things. Actually, some hurry I am doing this video. Why? Sorry, hurry. Okay, it's like that it came. Actually, from this is my reality only. This is only from last 8 months back I started, but I want to interact with the peoples of so many in this society, but for me not possible that. Let's see in future what happen. And from last so many days I am trying to came in front of you, but not possible. Actually, I am so busy right now in these days. Anyhow, right now also actually I have some urgent work, but from last 1 month I am trying to do. It's keep on delaying. So with at least if I promised you, definitely I will try to what is that? I will try to do this videos continuously because of promising you. That is the reason behind somewhat fastly I done this one. Anyhow, I hope you understand, all of you. In coming days, definitely not coming days, regularly I will do. In this electrolysis you need still 2 videos, then only you can get clarity how to do that JE mains and NEET. Thank you. Okay, bye. In next video definitely will continue. Tomorrow itself again I will start. Okay, bye.